Hey guys, how you doing? Ron here with TechTipsToGo. So in today's video, I'm going to go over a step-by-step tutorial, an updated version of using my Ethereum wallet, so myetherwallet.com or MEW. So this is an updated version of the one that I did, which was a couple of months ago, but things change really fast, right? So there's some little tips and tricks that have changed. So this is an updated version for 2020 and 2021. So let's share my screen and let's start the video. Okay, here we are, guys. So myetherwallet.com. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below. And I want to make sure that you guys follow this correct link, because if you guys are doing this on other wallets such as Atomic Wallet, etc., I'm going to show you one thing that might save you a lot of money. So when people are looking for certain wallets, the first thing they like to do is they go to Google, right? They go to Google and they put in My Ether Wallet, or they'll put Atomic Wallet. Okay, this is how scammers get you. Over here, you can see there's no ads. There's no ads. There's no ads. If there is an ad, you'll actually see something. Let me just do an example and put in, you know, Amazon or something. So look, you can see that's an ad. You know, someone is paying for an ad for, you know, the official site. So if we go to Atomic Wallet, there are scammers out there, and what they'll do is that, you know, this is the official site because there's no ad. It's atomicwallet.io. I know this because I've been using Atomic Wallet for a while, but if you don't, sometimes you can get scammed into this, and someone will have an ad that'll say atomicwallet.com or dot whatever, right? And it'll ask you to click on the link. It'll forward you. It'll bring you to the support page. It'll ask you certain questions, get your information, and then they start scamming you there. They're very tricky, so you have to be very careful. Anyways, let's get into my Ethereum wallet. So over here, there was a way that I use Ethereum wallet with my Nano Ledger S, and that was the video instructions that I did using Nano Ledger S. So this is going to be a complete tutorial on my Ether wallet. Let's create a new wallet from the desktop. So let's just get started. Click here. So it just says, you know, welcome to MEW. Please take a moment to read through this short introduction. You know, it just gives you kind of like skip at your own risk, etc. So you could just skip. So you could continue. My Ether wallet kind of gives you some, you know, what about my Ether wallet. You know, it'll just, you know, we could just skip this. You know, it just talks about recovering your phrases, etc. If you need to contact them, helpful tips. So it talks about your private keys. So, you know, you're only as good as, you know, the owner, you know, when it talks about like private keys, right? Because when managing cold wallets, hot wallets, you know, online wallets, it's about your keys, your private keys, your seed phrases, right? It's just a matter of how you store that, where you store it, what you're doing. So I don't recommend multitasking, but anyways, let's get into this. So over here, get a new wallet. All you have to do, you could download the My Ether wallet from the App Store. So what you do is you pull out your phone, and what you're going to do is you're going to scan this, okay? And it's going to open up the app on your phone. So let's do that over here. Okay, so there's two ways of doing this. You could either scan this QR code, and that's going to open up the App Store because I'm using Apple. You could do it with your Android phone with Google. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this up, and I'm going to scan. So right now you can see I'm just going to scan that QR code. All right, perfect. So that took a while for my phone to actually connect and scan that QR code. So as you can see, it says, you know, My Ether Wallet MEW. Click open. 108 ratings, 4.6. So I'm just going to click on open. So as you can see, I already have a My Ether Wallet. So it's going to recognize my face, etc. So it's going to say what's new, what's coming. So since I actually have an account, so this is my main account, I'm going to pretend like I actually don't have an account. So I'm going to scroll over here and I'm going to add an account. Now, why would you want to add an account? There's a couple of reasons why, and it actually gives you an example. Because if you're doing day-to-day payments and using My Ether Wallet for fast payments, moving, paying for gas fees for something, you know, whether you're day trading, swing trading, etc., then you might want to use a day-to-day payments opposed to a long-term saving account. So, you know, picture your My Ether wallet as your bank account where you have a high interest savings, one for trading, and then one for your retirement plan. It's the same thing. Your wallet is what you're using it for, you know, whether it's long-term savings, day-to-day payments, etc. So I actually take this approach but using Nano Ledger S's. So I have one Nano Ledger S. I actually have 3 Nano Ledger S's, plus I have Atomic Wallet. So I have my funds dispersed in different places. It's kind of like a more advanced strategy, but you have to make sure that, you know, you're managing your seed phrases very well. But the reason why I do it is like I don't like having everything on one wallet. So let's click on add an account. So let's just call this, let's just call this YouTube test. So as you can see over here on my main account, it actually shows me what my address is. ADC9 is the last 4 characters of that. And then I also have another one is F968. Okay, so that is the YouTube test. Now, when you're setting up your My Ether wallet, you know, kind of walks you through getting your passphrases, etc. So you want to make sure you store it correctly. Okay, so now over here, you could see these buttons. So you could see these buttons. This is actually over here. This is to receive funds, and over here you're going to send funds. So when I receive funds, it's actually going to show my public address to receive funds. So you could actually see it here. Okay, you could copy that, or you can share it. All right, so I'm just going to close that. Now, if you wanted to send funds out, you want to actually click that, but it says I have 0 funds, so I can't do anything. So that's not possible. So let me come over here. So the first thing you want to do is remember, when you're sending Ethereum out, you need a little bit of Ethereum there for gas. It's just like driving a car. You can't drive your car without gas. So the first thing you want to do, if you have an ERC20 token, so you're probably asking what's an ERC20 token. ERC20 token is an Ethereum token, you know, opposed to like a BEP2 token. It's actually built on the Ethereum chain, and that could be such as a token like Cardia chain. It could be a token like Sharing, but it's an ERC token, ERC20 token from on the Ethereum chain. But remember, when you're sending out Ethereum or an ERC20 token, whether you're sending it to exchange, you're sending it to someone, sending it to another wallet, it doesn't matter. You're always going to need Ethereum in your wallet to pay for the gas fee. So what I like to do is I don't like to send the full balance. I'll send maybe like 99% of it and just keep a little bit in there so nothing happens, right? So just as long as you have enough for the gas fees. So over here on the interface, you could actually see receive, and you could buy Ethereum. So if you needed gas for any reason, you can actually buy with a credit card, Visa or MasterCard. Now let's click on receive, and I'm going to actually show you this via an example. Let's say you had your money on Bitmart. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of using a certain exchange on Bitmart. Okay, so we're going to receive funds. So over here, we're just going to click on receive funds. Now it's going to show me the public address over here. So my public address is right here. So I could copy this just by clicking on here. So I copied it, address is copied. Now I'm going to go over to Bitmart. Okay, so let's say, for example, I had a token like an ERC20 token, an Ethereum chain token. In this example, let's say it's Ethereum. All right, so here we are in Bitmart. So this is going to work for any exchange, whether you're using Binance, any centralized exchange. It's the same concept. Basically, you're going to withdraw. So you're going to actually take money out, opposed to depositing. So if I'm depositing, that means you're sending funds, let's say, for example, from my Ethereum wallet into Bitmart. But in this case, we're doing a withdrawal. So get used to these concepts and these terms. So let's say we are doing Ethereum. So over here, what we want to do is you come over here, you look at your assets, and you come over here to Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum, you're going to do a withdrawal. Now, this is going to actually prompt me to put in and manage my addresses, right? So it's going to ask me to manage my addresses, and it's going to confirm that I'm going to add it, etc. So when we go back to my mobile phone and we look at my Ethereum wallet, you come over here. So over here, we did a copy. So we're going to copy that. And then we're going to come back over here to with the withdrawal address, and we're going to paste that in. So I'm just going to pretend that I actually pasted this in. So I pasted it. I'm not doing it because I actually have it from my phone. So then you're going to put the available amount. You could put the max amount, but what I like to do, and I know it's going to cost you some fees. It might cost you anywhere from, $1, $2, $3 to $8, really depending on the exchange, on the centralized exchange or decentralized exchange, and it'll tell you exactly what you get, but it'll tell you the minimum amount, okay, and it'll tell you the withdrawal fees. So like I said, the minimum amount, put in the minimum amount to that address. Make sure you stored that address correctly and you copied it correctly. You didn't do it by hand, but you actually copied from this screen. Okay, so then after that, you're just going to do a withdrawal. Now it's going to show you, once you withdraw, it'll actually show you your withdrawal history, and you could actually track it just by going to trade history or somewhere along the lines like withdrawal history. Every exchange has a different setup, but majority, in the majority have something like a trade history or deposit history or withdrawal history. So you could actually look at all of your funds history. So you could come over to fund history and you can actually look at withdrawal history, and it'll actually give you a confirmation. Okay, now if the network is too congested, don't worry about it. It'll say confirmation, and after a while, it might take a while. Now, if you've never done a Bitcoin transfer on a busy network, sometimes you could expect delays, like a lot of delays, maybe a day, maybe a day and a half. It just really depends on the centralized exchange, because they have their security, their AML departments, or the anti-money laundering. So what they might do is actually verify the transaction, verify the account holder, and then approve it. But it really depends on the amount. If it's a small amount, I'm pretty sure it'll go through fine. And if you've been an active user on Bitmart, I'm pretty sure it's okay. Like for me, the longest it's taken is about a day, and that was a large amount. So you could come over to withdrawal history and actually look at the confirmation. This is going to be like a timer. It'll say 1 of 25, 2 of 25, 3 of 25, 3 of 25, 4 of 25, etc. And you could actually look at the details and actually see the transaction ID. So you could track that on etherscan.io. And then it's going to the withdrawal address. So it's showing me where it's going to the withdrawal address. So when you click on the transaction ID, this is very important because you could actually look at all the details, okay? So you could see it went from Bitmart to, my Ethereum wallet, and how much the value was. The value was like $5,000, 4,778. So that's the transaction fee. And then the gas price was this, okay? And at the time, the Ethereum price was $346, okay? So now after that, what you want to do is, once the transaction has confirmed in Bitmart or on that exchange, it went 25 out of 25, you just want to check your wallet. You could just come over here. You could just come over here to this account that I called YouTube Test, tap on it, tap in the middle, and then you could actually see your assets, and you'll see if you have any Ethereum, and it'll say, they'll show the current price. Ethereum is 380, and then how many ETH, whether it's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, etc. Then you could also look at the transactions. So all of the transactions that you have done will be here if you just click on transactions. So that's pretty much, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to use. I'm going to get into another video just showing how to send out, because I know a lot of people had some issues sending out, and I'm actually going to do it on my Ether wallet on the next video. So anyways, like I mentioned, I'm going to have a free course, and in the sidebar, it's going to have specific tutorials on Nano Ledger, on my Ethereum wallet, on Cardano, on VeChain, on sharing, on other popular coins, just so you guys can make sure you guys are doing it safe, and all the links are there. So anyways, guys, if you did like this video, please subscribe, join, like, and I'll see you tomorrow.